1 week ago. In the woods was a man in the middle of a street at night time. He kills a random walker and then hears something. He turns around and saw Xavier and about 5 men leaving the woods pointing their guns at him. The man raised his hands. "Kyle," he said. Xavier looks at him. "You look really clean. New clothes, too," he stated. "Yeah, our new community has a lot of luxuries," Kyle stated. "Well then, before I kill you, how about you tell me where it is? Are Talia and my kids there?" he asked. "You can kill me, but I had advised against that. You made me one of your trusted advisors, remember?" he stated. "That was before you went with them. Whoever they are," Xavier stated. "Do you really want to kill me when you don't know who your enemies are? You don't even have a plan to get your family back, do you?" Kyle asked. "What are you getting at?" Xavier asked. "Why do you think I'm out here?" he asked. "I assume to find us?" "Exactly," he tells him. "What do you want?" Xavier asks. "I want to kill those bastards. I want to avenge my brother." "Your brother Chase?" Xavier asked. Kyle nodded. "They killed both our brothers and burned down our home. It wasn't the Ragers." "No, it wasn't. Remember that guy you and Greg captured? He's the one who escaped and burned down the camp and killed Greg," he stated. "My family, Talia and the kids, are they okay?" he asked. "Yes, they're okay. The idiots let the rest of us in." "Just one thing," Kyle asked. "I want to kill Brandon. Let me be the one to do it," he states. "Deal," Xavier stated. In the present time, Kyle fires a few shots into the air on a street. In the distance was a group of walkers coming towards him, Doug and a few others. Kyle went on his walkie-talkie. "Xavier, we got a couple of about 30 following us," he stated. "That should be enough," Xavier said on the walkie-talkie. "Sir, won't this horde be too large and fast by the time it gets there?" he asked. "No," Xavier stated. "As soon as we get there, we should have exactly 30 minutes to gun them all down and find my family. We'll handle it. You just worry about yourself. Head over to Fayette County. See if Peter and the others are out there," he ordered. In the morning, John, Sean, Benjamin, Carla, Victor, Jeff, Rachel, and her family were standing over the newly made graves of their fallen friends. John was wearing a glove on his hand and places it on a grave. "Hannah Lee Price, I'm glad I got to know you. You were an amazing woman, a loving mother to Sean, and a selfless doctor. We will honor your memory by making sure everyone here is taken care of. I love you. Until we meet again, please wait just a little longer. Sleep well," he says, saddened. Sean joins him as the others place their hands on his shoulders. After the funeral, Rachel looked to see Victor and his father walking away. She was about to walk to them when she looked, seeing Benjamin at Brandon's grave. Rachel got on her knees. "You didn't say anything in the service," she said to him. She looked and could see Benjamin's cold expression. However, she could see his eyes and face have cried a lot. "Benjamin, please talk to me," she said, comforting him. "I don't have the right. I didn't want any of you to try to make me feel better because I didn't want that. He deserved a better friend than I ever was. I was pushing him away. Brandon came back. He wanted to spend time with me, to catch up on everything we lost, and then he just died. What kind of sick joke is that? I found out he was alive after all this time, the most selfless person I ever met before the world ended, and now he's dead," Benjamin said with a heavy heart. "I'm so sorry, Ben. I'm here for you. Whatever you need, okay? Please promise me you won't bottle this in." Benjamin exhaled. "Rachel, how can I? Brandon died so that we could live. It was my plan to involve him in this," he stated. "It was his choice. He did that for you because he knew how much you cared about everyone here," she stated. Elsewhere, Carla and John were talking to each other. "Wait, where were they going?" he asked. "The University of Kentucky. I followed them until they made it to the university. I split off from the main road so they wouldn't see me. I don't know if they're still there now, but I didn't see Xavier and the others, so I figured it was a good time to get back. My walkie-talkie was out of range. I turned back when they were getting settled in, she stated. Then we have a place to fall back in case, John stated. In case what? Carla asked, perplexed. In case we all die here, he replied back. Outside, Benjamin was digging with John outside the walls. Benjamin lowers himself and pulls the locked container. As he starts to open it, John coughs, and Benjamin notices. Are you okay? He asked. No, not really. And it's not just the dirt. Benjamin analyzed John. I get it. I'm not either. We lost. There's no other word for it. Xavier came. If I wasn't asleep, if I had been more attentive, I would have seen it sooner. I would have seen Kyle betraying us a mile away. If I didn't send Carla to go after Peter and the others, she could have helped defend this place, he stated. Kid, no. It was my fault. I'm the one who trusted Kyle. I thought he was ready to go with Ayumi and hide the guns. This wouldn't have happened if I was smarter and less trusting of them. You were right to distrust them. Everyone thought you were going crazy. I was worried about you myself. I talked with Hannah about how we were going to help you be your old self again. But there was nothing wrong with you, John stated. You were always the smartest one here, the strongest. But we always tried to help you when, really, you never needed us. That's not true, John. I need every single one of you. I couldn't imagine my life without any of you. I value your advice. Do you think this is a good idea? Benjamin asked. It's already in motion. You had Carla trailing Peter so that we could have a place to fall back to in case Nest fell, right? John asked. That's part of it, and to make sure they didn't regroup with Xavier. By sending most of our people there, they'll be safe from Xavier and them when they show up, he stated. So it's just you and me then? He asked. Going by how Peter and the others were when they found out we were the ones that night, I don't want to have a shootout with them, John stated. So we're sending Carla and everyone with them? He asked. No, Carla is staying with us. Alexa is going with them, too. Maybe she can appeal to Peter and convince him to let everyone have sanctuary there. It'll be mostly women and children. And if they say no, Benjamin asked, we head somewhere else. Maybe more north, John stated. But there's something I need to tell you, Benjamin. From the day we met, you never betrayed us. You never gave us a reason to doubt you. You always put us over yourself. I guess in a way that's something we always admired about you. You're the bravest soldier I ever met. But a soldier is someone who dies for a noble cause. You cannot be that anymore. You're a leader now. A leader has to survive for his own people too. Because without you, they can't move forward. Please promise me you won't get yourself killed, he says. I trust you to look after everyone if I'm gone. Promise me you will start doubting yourself. If one of us falls, the other makes sure the others are safe, John says. Benjamin and John embraced hands. I promise, Benjamin says. An hour later, Ayumi sees Sean carrying a bag and struggles. She runs to him and tries to help him. Here, Sean, let me help you. But Sean pushes her away. Get away from me, he shouted. Some looked at the commotion. Sean, she said, shocked. Sean was angry. It's your fault we have to leave. Don't pretend you're one of us, he stated. Sean took his bag and walked away, leaving Ayumi there, shocked. In her house that same day, Rachel was taking some pictures and clothes, putting them in her bag, and Tyler walks in, grabbing one of her bags. Deja vu, he states. He carries her bag. So are we really leaving again? For good this time? He asked. Rachel didn't answer him and sat down on her bed and sighed. Think Benjamin will come back after us? Bring us back? Yes. Not this time, she states. I got so used to living here, being a part of a real family. I guess it was too good to last, he says. I don't know, Tyler, she says, getting up. But no matter what, whatever happens, we're going to keep moving. If something happens to me, please look after Rebecca. Don't say that! Don't you dare talk like you might die! I can't lose you too! He says, hugging her. I need you. I love you, he tells her. I love you too, Tyler, she says, scared. Outside, Ayumi talks with Alexa. Next to her were Trey, Dan, Jose, and Nathan. How are you doing? She asked her. Alexa was sad. I thought Doug and the others were my friends. But they turn their backs on us, on everyone with no hesitation? Alexa said, shocked. People do stupid things when they're afraid, Ayumi says. I should stay here and help defend this place, but I'm... You're scared, she says. I am. Does that make me a coward? Alexa asks. I don't think I'm the best person to ask that kind of question. I still struggle with standing up and fighting back. Inside his house, Benjamin was looking at some pictures lying on the table, with a phone at the edge of the table. He reached out for it, picking him up. He presses the record button. Outside, everyone was saying their goodbyes. Do I have to go with them? Sean asked. Yes, please, son, for me. I can't defend this place with the others if I have to worry about protecting you, John tells him. I can fight, Sean begged. You've seen me. I'm so much better with walkers, he stated. I have, but that's also why you have to go with them. With our best fighters here, you guys will be very defenseless, so I need someone I can trust who's good with a gun watching the others. Sean agrees and hugs him. I love you, Dad, he cries. I love you too, son. So much. John releases him slowly and pats Merle on the head. Take care of them, he says, smiling. Afterwards, Sean goes with Benjamin. Benjamin hugs his little brother. You know what to do, right? He asks. Yes. Listen to Rachel and kill anyone who threatens or tries to hurt us, he stated. I'm so proud of you, Benjamin says, hugging him one last time. John sees Ayumi. How are you holding up? He asks her. Not great, she says. I saw what happened earlier. I hope you don't blame yourself, he tells her. But Sean is right. It's my fault Kyle and them nearly killed us all last night. Kyle had fooled us all. I was the one who asked you to hide those guns, since Benjamin was too busy yesterday. I heard what you did last night. You got Sean away when Hannah was killed. I appreciate that. Elsewhere, Benjamin goes inside Rachel's house, seeing Tyler and Rebecca. Let me help you, he says, taking a bag from them. Tyler looks sad. Ben, do we have to go? He asks, making Benjamin turn around and drop the bag to the ground slowly. It's not forever, Benjamin told him. Tyler hugged Benjamin. You got your gun? He asks. Yeah, Tyler says. Round in the chamber? He asked the kid. Of course, he said. Take care of your sisters, he ordered. I will, Tyler said, taking his bag and walking out. Rebecca approached Benjamin. Ben, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry, she says. For what? Benjamin asks. For always being mean to you? For always talking behind your back? I was mad at you. I blamed you for what happened to my family. But you were only trying to help me. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for always saving me. She hugged him. I'm so sorry, she said. It's okay, Rebecca. You don't have to be sorry. You're a sweet girl, and I just want you to be safe, he stated. He releases her. Hey, Rebecca, can I ask you for a favor? What is it? She asks, curious. Benjamin pulls something from his pocket. Your sister asked me to hold on to this for her. It was your mother's, he said, surprising her. Carla walks to Rachel, hugging her. Be safe, okay? She tells her. You too, Rachel said, worried. Did you tell him yet? She asked. Rachel was confused. Tell him what? And who? Come on, you know what and who. You really should tell him. This might be your last chance to. You don't want to regret not telling him, Carla said, making Rachel nervous. The two women then see Benjamin bringing some bags towards the car. Thank you, she said to him, packing it up. No problem, he said. Did you say goodbye to everyone? He asked. I did. Everyone except, well, just you. So I guess this is it again, he stated. Yeah, just like last year. Benjamin tried to say something, but he interrupted her. Oh, sorry, you go ahead. Rachel tries to let him talk, but she gives in. I'm so sorry I'm leaving again. I should be here with you, she stated. No, you have a family to protect, he tells her. You're more than just family to me, Ben. Don't you get it? But she stops. What? He asks. You're special to me. I can't survive without you, she tells him. Benjamin lowers his head and then hugs her. Goodbye, Rachel. I'll miss you, he told her. I'll miss you too, she says. She then begins to walk away. Some time later, we see Rachel driving with the others. Victor is driving in another truck and he radios her. Hey Rachel, are you okay? Yeah, she replies back. Can we talk? Yes. When we get there, we need to keep the chatter low in case they're listening to us, she stated. 10 minutes later, Rachel stops the car outside the university. There were destroyed buildings and grass was very high. They looked around, not seeing any walkers. Rachel helps Grace and the kids. Stay here, okay? We'll look around and let you know when it's safe, she said, closing the door. Rachel looks on at the university, looking at some flyers. She sees missing person reports. She looks through them, as Victor calls to her. We should keep moving, he tells her. After several minutes, Rachel tells him that she's sorry about his mother. Do you think she did it herself, or... No, I think it was them, she stated. Your mother wouldn't have left you and your father. I wish I stayed with my father, but I'm afraid everyone around me dies. Am I bad luck? Yes. Rachel told him that he wasn't, and that his mother is with Jace and May now. They don't have to suffer anymore, she told him. This world is so cruel. I wish I was dead with them, he said. While walking with Tyler, Rebecca looks at her mother's ring that Benjamin gave her and she pockets it. Are you okay? He asks. I'm scared, she says. Yeah, me too, he tells her, as they walk around the campus. I really was a brat, wasn't I? Rebecca asks. What? No, listen, you were just hurt after everything. Mom and Dad sucked as parents, but you were always a great sister, he tells her. Tyler, I'm sick of being a burden. Damien protected us from walkers, but he was the worst brother ever. Rachel has always been taking care of us our entire lives. I want to start helping too. I want to fight, she tells him. Tyler smiles. Let's see if we can find you a gun, he tells her. Back at Nest, Benjamin talks with John. Hannah was a good woman, John. She saved a lot of lives in this place, including mine. You know, we talked one day about getting married, but we didn't think it was the right time. You know, she wasn't sure about the whole being a mother thing at first, but I guess there's more pressure on the woman in the relationship. I wanted to have something that was mine. I wanted to be more than just a soldier, but maybe I was fooling myself thinking I could be happy in this world like this, after everything I've done. Benjamin looks at his saddened friend. You deserve to be happy, John. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have some peace in this cruel world, Benjamin replies back. And then there's you. I'm so sorry about Brandon. He was a nice kid. He was the only person you knew from before. You two were separated for 2 years, and then... Yeah, it felt something cruel just for me. I know I'll never find peace in this world. I'll never be happy. I've accepted that. The only thing I'm supposed to do is keep everyone safe as best I can, Benjamin stated. You deserve to be happy, Benjamin. You just need to stop thinking it's the world that doesn't. Benjamin was confused. What do you mean? I mean, I didn't let myself not be happy. I took that chance. Yeah, the world doesn't want me to be, but I want to be happy. I don't care about the world. So just keep trying. Keep fighting against the world, even if it doesn't want you to be. And I don't think it's just the world that doesn't want you to be happy. It's you. You keep punishing yourself. But you're just a kid. You're 20 years old. Sure, you've killed more people than 5 times your age, but you still look like the same kid we found on the street. A kid who was looking for his family, John finished. Benjamin thought about what John said. If I open myself to that, I'll just let even more pain in, he stated. And that's what life is about. Listen, Benjamin, maybe you'll hurt people by accident. We all do. But you can't grow without tearing the thorns out, and you can't tear those out if you keep holding on to them. I know scars never go away, but they heal, Benjamin. That's what I want for you. Don't carry that pain until you're my age. Maybe it's dangerous. Maybe letting people in is so tough it feels impossible, but it's not. Look at how far you've come. You've never quitted or given up. And I know you won't start now. Fight for something more than just your own survival or theirs. Fight for something past that. Find your dream, John finished. Benjamin gave a small smile. Thanks, John. I'll try that, Benjamin stated, hesitant and a little scared. John patted him on the shoulder. You're welcome, you stubborn kid. John smiled. Elsewhere at Nest, John begins to grab some harnesses and packs them in the bag. Jeff goes to him. Hey John, we're all set. I'll head out. Okay, be safe, he tells him. Jeff looked determined. I lost my nephew, 2 of my children, and my wife. I want to end this once and for all, until every last one of those bastards is dead, Jeff says angry. At the university, Rachel and the others suddenly saw people in the distance, men with guns. They pulled out their guns. Don't do anything stupid! Someone shouted. Rachel recognized his voice. Peter, don't shoot! It's just us! She says. Tyler was scared. What are you doing? He asked. Sean, Ayumi, and the others looked around and then looked at Rachel. Trust me, she says. Rachel lowers her gun, dropping it to the ground. Peter and the remaining takers were aiming their guns. What are you doing here? He asked. Xavier came and attacked our home. Kyle betrayed us. He led Xavier into our community. They killed our friends. They killed Brandon, she stated. What? Peter asked. Peter lowered his gun as Sarah placed her hand on his shoulder. He had small tears in his eyes. No. Brandon. God. How did he die? Can we talk inside? Rachel asked. He thought for some time, looking at all of them. They were mostly women and children. Where are Benjamin and the others? He asked. They stayed behind. They knew you wouldn't let them in, she stated. I guess the guy's smarter than I thought. Despite my better judgment, you can all come inside, he stated. The other men looked at him, questioning him. You can't be serious! You want me to turn away scared women and children? It wouldn't kill us to let him stay one night, he defended. Rachel smiled, thanking him. Elsewhere, Tyler and Sean were exploring the college. I'm sorry about your mom, Tyler tells him. Thank you, Sean said. I'm sure John will be okay. They're probably on the way here right now as we speak. Maybe, Sean says. Tyler looks around. Hey, I haven't seen a single walker since we got here, Tyler says, weirded out. Sean looks at the side of the wall. Hey, look, Sean says, patting Merle. It's a bullet hole, he stated. Tyler looks where Sean is pointing at the wall. So it's just a bullet hole, Tyler stated. Yeah, but look at the ground. Where's the casing? Sean asked. What are you talking about? He asked. Isn't it weird that there hasn't been a single walker in this college and that the floor has no blood or bullet casings? He asked. That is weird, Tyler said. You think someone lives here? He asked. Or someone used to, Sean says. Well, maybe Peter and them cleared everything, Tyler stated. That makes no sense. They've been here less than a week, and they couldn't have done all of this so fast, he stated. Merle began to bark as Sean looked. What is it, boy? Merle ran into one of the classrooms. Inside, Merle was clawing at a door in the back of a classroom. Whoa, Sean says in astonishment. Look at this! Sean and Tyler look, seeing lots of locks on the door. He uses his crowbar to break them open. Inside, Sean was amazed when him and Tyler looked and saw something amazing. They saw a large stockpile of medical and food supplies, bottled water, blankets, and boxes. They looked at it. What is this? Sean asked. It's ours now, Tyler says, smiling. Rachel notices everyone smiling and sharing food with one another, beyond happy at their fortunate luck. Even Peter was beginning to trust her. She smiled and goes into one of the rooms with her bag. She opens it and immediately sees a phone inside of it. She picks it up and contemplated on what to do with it. She opens it up, finding a new recording, and presses play. Hello, Rachel. If you're listening to this, you're probably at the university with the others. Thank you for playing my message. I wouldn't blame you if you erased it. I give you every single reason to. I know this doesn't make up for everything, but I'm truly sorry. I should have done better for you, for everyone. I failed. I couldn't tell you this face to face because I wanted you to be safe somewhere far away from the fighting. I didn't want you to change your mind and stay here. I know I have no right to stop you from doing anything, but I have always wanted to keep you safe. I'm so sorry for everything I've put you through. Everything from the last year. 2 weeks thinking of I was dead. I wanted to tell you I was alive. I should have found another way. You're the most amazing person I ever met. You're the strongest and most selfless person I know. but a monster like me has no right to tell you this. But I care about you, Rachel. I love you. I always have since the day in the forest. I was just too stupid to tell you this sooner. But you deserve someone who's kinder than me, who isn't selfish and broken. Someone who will never hurt you. I'm sorry for everything. Rachel cried hearing this as the message continued. You were the one person who was bringing the real me back after I lost my parents and now Brandon. But you don't deserve to shoulder my demons. I do ask just one thing. Please live your own life. Don't let anyone run your life for you. Please stay alive from me. I'll never forget you, Rachel Thompson. Please don't hate me for this. Goodbye. He finishes. As the message ends, Rachel bursts into tears, crying over the table in her hands. She slams the phone down on the table hard, shattering it. As she wipes the tears from her eyes, she slowly gets up and begins to look at her gun. Minutes later, Rachel had a few backpacks full of medical supplies, ammo mags, and food as she walked down a hallway. She saw Ayumi and caught her attention. Ayumi, if Tyler and Rebecca ask for me, can you tell them that I'm coming back, please? She asked. Where are you going? Ayumi asked, confused. Where I should be, she says, walking away. Outside, Rachel begins to pack her bags inside the car when someone approaches her. Please don't go. She turns around, seeing Victor upset. Rachel sighs. I'm sorry, Victor, but I have to, she tells him. No, you don't. Benjamin and the others know what they're doing. They're sacrificing themselves for us. If you go too, then it'll all be for nothing, he states. How could you say that? Your father is back there. You're just gonna give up on them? On everyone? She shouted. You know they were okay with dying. How could you be okay with that? Because I'm not, she says emotionally. What do you want me to say? That I'm a coward? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm scared of dying. Dying without accomplishing a single thing. I'm not Benjamin. I wouldn't make you think I was dead for 2 weeks. I care about you. I love you, Rachel, he says desperately. You're right. You're not Benjamin. He would never let one of us give our lives for his. He's not perfect. But I love him. Only him, she says, confessing, breaking his heart. After everything? After what he put you through? You want to look over your shoulder every minute when you're around him? He's dangerous, he says. Did you forget what you tried to do last night? He would have never done that, ever, she stated. I made a mistake. Please, can we just put it all behind us? He begs. Rachel lowers her head. I can. I have. But I can't put him behind my life. Not after everything, she tells him, making him cry. Victor pulls out a gun, firing it at her tire, shooting it out, scaring her. Well, you won't have any luck if I shoot your tires out, he shouts. Rachel pulls her gun out and, Stop it! She yelled. I don't want to lose you, Rachel. So if you want to go, you have to kill me right here, right now. Because I am not gonna, Victor says before he gets hit in the back by Sean with a rifle. Victor drops on the ground and Sean quickly takes his gun. Not one move, Sean orders him at gunpoint. Sean looks towards Rachel. Go, Rachel. Take one of the other cars. Rachel listens and takes putting her bags into one of the cars and gets inside. Be safe! Sean yells. She looks back at Sean in gratefulness and begins to drive away, heading back home, leaving the two of them alone. At Nest, Benjamin and Carla begin to close the doors in their houses before locking them from the outside. That's the last one. We're all set, he states. Suddenly, Carla hugs him and lets go. I'm sorry about Brandon. I just wanted to let you know, even if this is it, our last moment alive, I want you to know that despite everything, I'm glad I'm here with you, with all of you. I don't regret it. I'm not going anywhere, she stated. Benjamin smiled a little. Thank you, Carla. Thank you for always sticking by my side, mostly because I don't deserve it. Don't give me that macho hero crap. You better survive this. Just live, alright? Because life will be so boring without you, she says, smiling back. Benjamin's walkie went off, and he heard John. Benjamin, Jeff spotted their truck 5 miles out. It's happening now. Over, he warns. Understood. As they begin to leave and get ready, Benjamin grabs his assault rifle. Give him hell, she states. I will, he tells her. Stay alive, he warns her. I always do, she tells him, grabbing and reloading her gun. As Rachel was driving her car, she passed by a road sign. She began to slow down. She looked scared and terrified and worried. She then began to hear something and slowed down, stopping. It was like a loud thundering sound, but it wasn't thunder, even though it sounded like it was coming from the sky. She knew what that sounded like, but it wasn't possible. Suddenly, a gunshot was fired as Rachel began to swerve the car. She looked outside to see some men firing their guns at her. She tried accelerating, but one of her tires was shot out. Rachel quickly ducks as a bullet nearly hits her. She quickly gets out of the car and runs into the forest. She grabs her gun and runs, and she notices 3 men around the vehicle. She looks at them. Rachel, was that you? Kyle shouted. Why don't you tell us where you came from? Xavier wants his family back.